In this video, I'll be showing you how to mod a PlayStation Portable, or more commonly known as a PSP. Modding a PSP unlocks the full extent of the console, which allows you to do a bunch of things like install homebrew apps and themes, run emulators, overclock, and much more. Before we begin this process, a few items are needed, with the most obvious being the PSP device itself. Likewise, you will also need a micro SD card as well as a memory stick to micro SD adapter, such as the one shown on the screen. Once you have everything you need, the first step in the modding process will be to boot up your PSP and head over to the system settings. Within, we will click System Information in order to check what software your device is currently on. If your PSP is not on 661 but rather a lower software such as mine, then we will need to first update it to the latest software using the following steps below. To do so, we will need to navigate to the website linked below. Here we will find the section labeled PSP Official Firmwares and download the archive.org version for firmware 661. Afterwards, since we are already downloading things, we will head over to the GitHub repo and download the following ARK-4 zip file. Next, you'll want to plug in your micro SD card and its adapter into your PSP and head over to the system settings, where we will go ahead and click Format Stick. Just a heads up, although this is a very convenient tool, it will delete all files on your SD card. After the formatting is complete, we will then plug in our PSP to our computer and within Settings, select USB connection. This will let us directly access our SD card files from our computer without having to manually take it out of the device. Back on our computer, we will first click into the PSP file, then the game file. Here we will create a new folder called Update, in which we will paste our .pbp file that we got from the first download. Likewise, we will also need to rename this file eboot in all uppercase in order for the system to recognize the update. Afterwards, we will direct our attention to the ARK-4 files that we previously downloaded. Here, you will want to transfer the following files exactly as I do to our PSP. Since this can get repetitive, I will speed up this portion of the video. That being said, feel free to slow it down to ensure that all files are in their correct positions. Alright, with that, the final file has been transferred. We will now disconnect our PSP from our computer. Back on our PSP, we'll first head over to our memory stick, where we should now see a PSP updater file in which we will click into. On this screen, we will simply click Start, followed by right on the D-pad, and finally Accept to initiate the 661 update process. To verify this worked, we can head over to our system settings, and within system information, the software version should now say 661. With that, we'll navigate back over to our memory stick and select ARK-4 Loader. Once our device has restarted, you should now be able to hold down on the select button, which will bring up the VSH menu. This means you have successfully installed the PSP mod. However, we are not done, as this is not yet a permanent feature. Next, within our memory stick, we will now download the ARK-4 flasher. Once we see the screen, we will tap on the X button to install. This will then make the ARK-4 custom firmware a permanent feature on your device. Finally, we will install the last file listed, which is the ARK-4 full installer. Afterwards, we can verify that all installs were successful by again checking within system information. You can now see that beside the software version, it now says ARK-4. Likewise, within extras, you may notice that a few new apps have been added. The first will be custom firmware settings. Here, you can adjust a wide variety of settings for the PSP, allowing you to optimize and overclock the device to reach its full raw potential. Next, you'll also notice a plugin manager tab. Currently, we do not have much in this file, but if you were to add more plugins, this is where you can access them. Finally, the last app you will see is Custom Launcher. This serves as the new interface for your modded PSP, which has a bunch of additional tools and features. And last but not least, if you decide to legally download any games onto your device, they can be found and played via your memory stick. With that, I hope you found this video helpful and thank you for watching.